Alright, before I even start saying anything about this video, I haven't uploaded in 2 weeks because I've been sick for 2 weeks. So, you know, my voice is really, really bad right now. My throat hurts so much. So I'm trying to at least make 2 videos today. My voice is way worse. Well, it's not even a word. Way worse than what it is right now. So bear with me. If you guys can't tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about the new Netflix original series, animated version of Hilda, which was, before it was an animated series, it was a graphic novel of 5 chapters, I think. I haven't read them. I actually just found out about Hilda on Twitter, and then I just binge watched the whole thing. It's a really good show, and don't get triggered by the title. I'm not saying that Hilda copied Adventure Time and Gravity Falls, because I read that the graphic novels were out before Adventure Time and Gravity Falls, so in no way I'm saying that they're copying them. I'm just saying that I get the same vibe from them. So yeah, the show's I don't really watch Netflix original series because first of all, they never last long no matter how good they are. So it's I don't want to get hooked on a show and I absolutely love it, and then just doesn't make a second season. At the most, Netflix original series lasts 2 seasons, and I'm pretty sure that there's at least one Netflix original series that has 4 or 5 seasons. I don't know. I don't watch Netflix that much. I usually watch Hulu to watch anime or other shows or anything like that. And if I'm not watching Hulu, I'm watching on a different site. So I don't know much about Netflix. So I'm just gonna start off by giving you a quick summary of what Hilda is, so you guys can get an idea of what it is if you haven't watched it yet. It's basically about this little girl named Hilda who lived in a forest for her whole life in a house with her mother. And they're getting evicted by elves who she can't see, and then she eventually meets this friendly elf named Alpha, I think his name is, or Alpaca, I don't know, I'm just gonna say Alpha. Then she makes peace with the elves, and funny thing is, you can't really see the elves until you sign a contract, so it's that's a pretty cool twist. So she signs a contract, makes peace with the elves, and in the middle of all that, she also makes friends with this forest giant who's been waiting for his girlfriend for 1,000 years or so. So that's pretty cool. He eventually steps on her house, so she has to move to the city. And like I said, she lives in the forest for her whole life. So imagine living in the forest for your whole life and then in an instant making a switch to the city. So it's pretty weird, but eventually her friendly elf comes with her to the city. She moves to a city named Trollberg, and they have this big wall so they can block out the trolls because they're scared of the trolls. And basically she moves to the city. She enrolls in a school. She joins these forest scouts, and she makes friends with these kids named Frida and David. And they go on adventures in Trollberg. That's the best way I can summarize it. If you guys really want a summary, I'll probably find one online and link it in the description, because I feel I just gave the worst summary ever. But that's pretty much what the show's about. It has a really good episodes. It's a really good show. It gives you that vibe from Adventure Time and Gravity Falls, and I love it. It's really refreshing, especially since Adventure Time ended, and Adventure Time ended. I really needed that, so watching this show was really refreshing. I loved it. It's a really good show. The animation is pretty cool. It gives out a really good vibe, and I really recommend it to anybody who watched Adventure Time, who watched Gravity Falls, even if you watched Over the Garden Wall. I personally never watched it, but I do see people drawing comparisons between those shows. So I really recommend those shows to anybody, and people who watched, I recommend the show to anybody. People who watch Steven Universe and stuff like that. It's a really good show. Really good. I really like the show. That's like the I know I keep saying that, but like it's a really good show. I I really hope that they make a second season because there's only like 13 episodes right now. And like I said, Netflix originals, like if they're lucky, they last like 2 seasons. There's 5 chapters, I think. I think the first season is based off the first chapter. That's just a guess I'm making. And I mean, I can see it going for 5 seasons if, like at first I didn't hear about the show until one person I followed on Twitter mentioned it, and I just went on Netflix because I was already binge watching a bunch of anime, and I was just like, I need something else to watch. I go on Twitter, just scrolling through, I see somebody mention Hilda, and I remember hearing about it. Like I see a couple of tweets, like people retweeting it, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna check it out. And it was a good thing that I checked it out. It's really good. I give the show like an 8.5, an 8.5 out of 10, just because like I wish it was a little bit longer. I mean, it's only 13 episodes, and I mean, the episodes are like 25 minutes, so it's pretty good. But like, if it's a little bit longer, it would have been way better. But I really do hope that it gets a second season. I mean, the only way this show can go is up right now. Like the popularity can only go up. If we get people to watch the show, I can see it lasting 5 seasons. I can see, because it doesn't matter how good the show is. I think Netflix, like, from what I hear, they only care about if the show brings some money or something like that. So, I mean, the only way for the show to really last more than 2 seasons is like, we need people to watch the show. So I recommend you to watch the show. If you don't like it, then that's okay. If you like it, hopefully you could recommend it to other people who you think might like it. But like I said, this show's pretty good, really good. I recommend it to just about anybody who's into that mystical, magical, really cool, adventurous, really fun cartoons. It's really good. But that's pretty much all for this video. I have like a Boruto video that I want to put out because I think chapter 27 just came out and I read it online. So I'll probably make a video about that. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave a like, sub if you can. I don't really care if you don't, but it would help me out if you could. We're close to like 80 at the time that I'm recording this, so that's pretty cool. Alright, but I'm out.